you create your future? How you're creating your future? And yet, there really is no future. It's always now. So we're looking at how do we create our future now? And again, even the play on words, you're creating your future now. And where we are now, and I read this because I thought it was kind of cool, is, in a sense, it's like what for most people, because they're believing their thoughts and they live in their thoughts, their mind, their future now is predetermined by whomever has given them their beliefs, their thoughts, their concepts, their ideas, their values. And it comes from that consciousness that you don't know anything. And you don't know, and nobody knows. We know whoever they are, and we will tell you. And by telling you and giving you our concepts, our ideas, our values, all of this, then you'll be living in our now and in our future nows. And the way we can guarantee that we're eternal is to capture an eternal being who is us through the mind. And then that subtle body that is made of mind, intelligence, and false ego travels with the living entity as it's in the material realm. So that when people, have out of the body experiences, some people astral travel. I did Robert Monroe's astral travel workshop or 6 days in Virginia, met him and everything. But I never really wanted to do that. But I liked, I like learning about new things. So anyway, so when people then they have the near death, they're then they're going to say they didn't go to the light, they didn't go to the tunnel, or some of them did, and then they met their relatives and all that. That's still in the mind. And that is so what happens is all of the beliefs that we're given, whether it's in religion, in business, in every aspect of our earthly, you might say, existence, and also information as to who we are spiritually by telling us that then these certain people, God only tells them, and they're God's representative. You go, well, which God? Not mine. And then you go, well, gosh, who am I to decide that? You're connected. And then it takes a lot of courage in the now to really make that commitment to yourself for your eternal future, which is your eternal state of now. Because we're worried, well, how will I feel in the future? You don't have a future. How are you feeling now? Well, I don't feel good because if I don't have this, and in the future, if I get that, then I'll feel better. In fact, I was talking with someone, one of my friends, and she said, I think it was about a boyfriend she had had years and years ago, and he cheated on her or whatever they do, drinking alcohol mostly and all that, and how much fear there was, and the jealousy, and I went through all that too, and the envy, and I'm not good enough, and it's just terrible torture and pain. But then after years, and you're not there again, you just, that was dumb, who cares? You don't care. And I said, well, what we could do is when you're in a situation, you're calling it bad, horrible, terrible in the now, you're torturing yourself now as if that's going to help your future, but it isn't. It's you suffering by your self-abuse is what it is, self-abuse. So if you take a look about, well, how many years do you think it'll take you to get over that? Just how many do you want? How much longer do you want to suffer? What do you want to go through? What do you think you're doing with it? What's your issue? What are you trying to prove? What's the game you're playing? Okay. And then when you do that, say, well, it'll probably take me 5 years. Well, how would you feel in 5 years? Well, you look back and how you felt with something 5 years. Okay, feel that way now. Oh, you're going to anyway, eventually. So what are you worried about? How you have and manifest the future has to all to do with where you are now. And whatever you do desire in the future, be there now. You say, well, I'd like to be more in nature. Well, okay. Get up right now where you are. Go find a tree or a plant or a place you can get. Do it now. If you don't do it now, it's never going to happen. That's the way it is. All happens in the now. And what we have to get is you are the now. Now is not time. And that time game and all that locks people in this box, you might call this black box, everybody's sitting in a box. And that's how the mind conceptualizes and compartmentalizes and all of this, when that is not done naturally. So if you want to feel good in the future, you got to feel good now. And how's that going to happen? How could I feel good? First of all, you got to learn how to control your mind. Breathing, meditations. First of all, notice what it's doing. How you are emotionalizing, suffering now for what could happen and may never happen, but you're already ready for it. You just notice. This is what you're doing. So, just breathe in. Tune into your divine center. Feel that love flow to your God within. Feeling out, wishing all well. Yes. Being that love being that you are, full of love and mercy, kindness, compassion, caretaker of the wealth that you are, the protector of animals and children and of absolute goodness. And it's not good and evil battle. We're not battling anybody. We don't need to battle. We just need to step forward and be who we are and stop in this moment causing, on purpose or intentionally, causing distress to any other living entity, including animals. This will make the greatest difference. It will reconnect you with the divine, and then you will manifest instantly, beautifully. Because, sweetness personified, and strength, and wisdom. That's your future.
That was a good one. I couldn't hear anything, but you looked really good.
Is that a guy's igloo?